Hello again, world. Hey, welcome back to Dante's Derivatives. Today we're going to go through day 5 of TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber 2022 event. Day 5 consists of different password attacks, like password cracking with brute force password attacks or dictionary password attacks. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so as I mentioned before, today we're going to be doing day 5 of TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber 2022 event. All right, so I've already started my attack box and I've already also started my attack machine. As you can see, there's an IP address there. So day 5 consists of brute forcing. We're going to be learning some brute force attacks, some dictionary attacks. I won't read through everything, but I'll read through some of it with you guys. So learning objectives, learn about common remote access services, recognize a listening VNC port in a port scan, use a tool to find the VNC server's password, and connect to the VNC server using a VNC client. Remote access services. So remote access services are ways that you can access a computer remotely without having to be physically in front of that computer. You can easily control your computer system using the attached keyboard and mouse, but how can we manage a computer system that is physically in a different space? We can use remote access services like Secure Shell, RDP or VNC. So RDP is Remote Desktop Protocol, SSH is Secure Shell, and VNC stands for Virtual Network Computing. So let's go ahead down here and read a little bit more. Authentication is a way you would validate your identity with a computer system. Some different forms of password attacking, like shoulder surfing, just looking over people's shoulders, guessing people's passwords, dictionary, and brute force attacks. So let's go ahead and look through here. Hacking and authentication service. So we're going to go ahead and use a tool called Hydra to answer some of these questions. So use Hydra to find the VNC password of the target with IP address 10.10.252.125. What is the password? All right, so I'm going to go into my command line session over here. I'm going to make it full screen so we can all see it. And I'm going to use Nmap because I want to see exactly what VNC service they are talking about. They said that there's a VNC service and we got to get the password, but I want to see this VNC service. So I'll do Nmap-SS for stealth scan -SV to get all the services so we can see the VNC service. And I'm going to put the IP of the machine that we're attacking. And I want to save the output of this Nmap to a file, and I'll call it day5 nmap.txt. Okay, and we'll let that run for a second. Awesome. So we've got some output. So I see that there's SSH. That's one way you can remotely access this system, but there's also VNC. So I want to try and get this VNC password. So we see that VNC is running on port 5900. So I'm going to clear the screen, and I'm going to show you guys how to use Hydra to try and guess this VNC password. So remember, VNC is running on port 5900. All right, so before we go into the Hydra command, I want to show you guys 2 word lists. I'll cd into day 5, this day 5 directory that I made, and I have 2 word lists in here. Names.txt, which is a word list full of usernames. It's got about 10,000 usernames in here, or just people's names. And I have rockyou.txt. And rockyou.txt is a file containing about 14 million passwords that were breached in real life. So these are actual people's passwords in the past that have actually been breached online. So I'm going to use rockyou.txt with my Hydra command. So I'll start typing my Hydra command, Hydra-S, and I'll give it port 5900 because that's what VNC is running on our target machine. and I want to do -p, and here's where I give it rocku.txt. And the last thing I need to do is give it the IP address. So the IP address is going to be 10.10.252.125, and then we're going to tell it it's a VNC service that we're trying to crack the password of. So we'll hit enter, and it's going to start running, and it's going to take a while, so I'll see you guys when it's done. Hey, awesome. I walked away, and it looks like Hydra was successful in finding a password for this VNC system. So I'm going to stop Hydra. Okay, and we're going to take this password and answer the first question. So the first question wants to know the password, and the password is 1Q2W3E4R. And we'll submit that. Whoop, whoop. Your answer is correct. Nice. Okay, so let's go to the second question now. All right, so question 2. Using a VNC client on the attack box, connect to the target of IP address 10.10.252.125, our target that we've been attacking. And what is the flag written on the target screen? Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to need this password. We know that we're going to need the password because this is the VNC password to get into the VNC system. And I'm going to go ahead and go into full screen mode here. I apologize if this is a little slow. Let's close this, clear the screen, so it brings that up there. All right, so we'll go to Applications, Internet, and Remina. And from here, you can just hit Cancel on that. And now it's going to pull up a little GUI here, and you'll switch this section to VNC. And we're going to have to put in our IP address 10.10.252.125. We'll hit enter, and it's going to ask for that password. All right, it doesn't let me copy and paste in here. So 1Q2W3E4R. And we'll hit OK. And it looks like something pulled up here. I think we might have pulled up our flag screen. So let's scroll down a little bit. Hey, there's our flag. TryHackMe I_see your screen. So there's our flag. Nice. So we'll exit this VNC service. Yes, I'm sure I want to exit. And I want to exit this full screen. All right, and the flag was THM for TryHackMe, squiggly brackets, I_see_ your screen. And we'll hit enter. Yay, whoop, whoop, your answer is correct. We did it. So if you liked the topics presented in this task, check out these rooms next: Protocols and Servers 2, Hydra, Password Attacks, and John the Ripper. Awesome. We'll hit completed, and I'll check those out on my own time. I want to thank everyone that watched this. We just completed day 5, and we're going to try and complete all the days in this Advent of Cyber 2022 event. I appreciate everyone that's watched, and especially my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button so that way you and more people will be able to see this video. And as always, thank you for learning.